Well, I would have got the right time anyhow.
Oh, no.
Go on, let's have you even jump out of
Hij
there.
zei dat push hem. Push hem, then you can set him out.
Push a little
Push him then out.
to get it down.
Yeah, okay.
Just a little bit push.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
He has got his out time. That's well away.
Yeah. That's it.
Look, no steering wheel. It's over there. Finally managed to get Rosie to drive, and I think she's very much enjoying it. Not so much this bit, but we've just come down from the Alps, basically the last bit. Beautiful run, hairpin bends and that, but her side. The downhill side was all in the shade. It was still lovely, really something. And I'm not worried. I'm not scared. Face of concern? I don't think so. We're going to overtake now, so I'm just going to close my eyes.
Well scared.
I'm still alive. What's going on?
By evening, Lord Montagu is in Reims, our last overnight stop, and a party is beginning. Herman the German adds a little panache, and we all feel mildly heroic.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. We're here.
Made it.
How's this co-driver of yours?
He's an
I've got to have a
absolute
wash.
Star. He's been brilliant.
There you go.
The best.
How are you getting on today?
Navigation?
All right. No, I realised today I did a bit of navigating, and it's you have to concentrate a lot. Did I screw up? I probably did. I can't remember. Oh, we're getting on fine.
Sounds like grudging respect.
Of course, no. More than that. We're just knackered. It kind of went on and on and on this
Been a
afternoon.
long day today.
So yeah.
We've been a bit hungover the last couple of mornings too, which doesn't help.
Who? All over tomorrow, forever.
Yeah. Time for it to be over now. Yeah, I think that's just the natural response to knowing it is over. You feel that it's time it's finished.
What are you going to do with your life?
Go home, pick up the pieces. Don't know really.
Phil?
New adventures. More and more adventures. I'm not sure what yet. I've got a few silly ideas, and a few people who might want to come along and fund them as well in this rally, who are just as silly as I am. So you never know.
But first, let's get this adventure over. There's been some bitching about the Jeep from its rivals, but it's running fine.
Do you reckon you're still in the lead?
Well, we've cleaned it today. We're clean. Yeah, we'll keep on throwing rotten eggs at the lads behind and that old Bentley thing.
Rotten egg.
Rotten eggs, yeah. Which slows them down.
So just tomorrow to go.
Yep. Home run.
Fathers and brothers are appearing to join in the home run, and daughters and wives too, like two tall dons.
Said it's been the most exciting trip of his life. Lots of experiences, meeting a lot of new people, making new friends all over the world.
Right. What was the worst, Don?
It's a long time to be away from family, and it was physically and mentally challenging. Enduring situations that in normal life you would never do, or sleeping in places that animals normally sleep, with animal feces all around.
Anton's being generous with the beer he calls Dutch champagne.
Why do these things always happen to me?
They seem to think it's all over. Champagne, meeting up with wives, celebration, but it's not, of course. There's still tomorrow, and to qualify, you've got to make it to the Place de la Concorde, which is still more than 100 miles away. And what has happened to David Bull and his wife and his mother-in-law? Remember, we left them by the road yesterday with wheel trouble, and we've heard that soon after that, the whole wheel actually fell off and went over a cliff. Let's hope they've managed to do something about it, and that they will catch up before tomorrow in Paris.
Andy's wife has flown in from Alabama. It's our last hotel, and the end-of-term feeling is checking in with us. Andy and the Alabama boys, with their white Ford coupes, look set, as long as nothing goes wrong between here and Paris, to win the team prize.
Well, unbelievable. That was fun. We made it.
Congratulations.
We survived. Each other.
Already checked in, David Bull, who lost that wheel and seemed to be all washed up.
To be honest, I didn't want an adventure, because you and your mother especially, in the back, right? I didn't want an adventure. I wanted to get there without any major breakdowns. And we'd coped with it. We hadn't had any big breakdowns. We'd had breakages and shock absorbers, rear springs go, petrol tank, but all repairable. But I didn't want an adventure. But I got one. And it was the cherry on the icing, wasn't it? It was a cherry on the...
It's the final day. In the hotel before the start, David knows there'll be no gold medal for him now. He lost too much time yesterday. But life seems great. People yesterday were just so helpful.
And what's more, the chap seems enthusiastic about doing the job as well. Bloody marvellous. Fantastic.
We didn't ask anybody. Everybody just came and helped us straight away. I think it was partly because it was the next to the last day, and everybody's just been bloody fantastic. Can't believe it. Helpful, money. Mick Flick paid the chap who brought the low loader. Mick Flick paid it. No problems. I'll pay straight away. Satellite phones. No end of satellite phones. People ringing England. People ringing Austria, Vienna, Switzerland, you name it, we've had the assistance. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Not so fantastic for Fingers Phil. He's had to hide the Jeep overnight with a champagne company. There are rumours that someone doesn't want him to win.
Competitors talking about sabotaging us, and it's come from a very reputable source.
It's time for the start. Fingers Phil knows that the would-be saboteur is British, so it's not the man who's running second, Ted Thomas from Alabama.
We'll get the Jeep now.
Right down my way, my freshest last cat.
There go the Bentley boys into the final 100 miles. In the last 10,000 miles, what has it all been about? Have we learned anything?
I think what I have learned is about travelling alone. I mean, I know I've been sitting by Phil for 6 weeks on end, but actually, if you're not with your partner, you're effectively on your own.
Well, it's just straight through all this.
We are going straight on to 235, and I'll tell you, junction, the signpost Ashimet. We're not there yet, there's another K. Perhaps this is a rather sad admission to make, but I travel with my husband. I mean, he carries the credit cards, he pays the hotel bills, he fixes the taxis, and I, do the kind of standard woman things, I suppose. But this trip, I mean, Phil has been responsible for the car and the mechanics, and I think it's fair, isn't it? I've sort of dealt with everything else.
Pretty much.
I'm not very good at kind of organising money or any of that stuff. And I've discovered that you travel on your own, that's what you do. Here we are.
Right
here. Yeah.
Self-reliance.
Self-reliance, that's right. You're very self-reliant and I'm not.
We're supposed to be turning right in a minute.
190. Stop, turn right at T-junction. There'll be a stop sign. We went out and had a very jolly dinner in a beer cellar in wherever it was last night, Oberlinden. I was sitting next to the rally medic, the MO, Greg, and he's got this little round face and little round glasses. We are going Nancy, yeah. Right. And he said that this trip has been so brilliant. He's had the best time of his life. And I told Phil this morning, and Phil said sandbugger or something like that. But I think that was only a cover-up, really.
By some trick of memory, the harshness of the early weeks when Paris seemed a distant dream are fading. Now that Paris is just up the road waiting for us, Rosie forgets how utterly wretched she felt early on in the Himalayas.
I like the beginning best bits. I like the bits where it was really tough. And the last few days are kind of cruising across Europe and wine tasting and you know, staying in hotels overlooking lakes. It's been a bit of a holiday, straight on. All the way now to the TC, which is at Bonhomme.
Bonhomme,
Yeah.
comme moi.
Comme toi, Philippe.
I think they could have fixed this road when they knew we were going to be limping into Paris. Oh. Sorry?
Paris doesn't know we're coming.
But it does. They're waiting for us at the Place de la Concorde. This is where 90 years ago, with a band playing the Grand March, Prince Borghese finished. No one pretends our journey from Peking is anything like Borghese's, but I can't imagine a better way to arrive in Paris. No one has sabotaged the Jeep, but there are still claims that it isn't authentic. It has led for weeks, always threatened by protests. The Alabama boys' two white Fords have clinched the team prize, but it still looks as though the outright winner will be the Jeep. The politician David Steele, Lord Steele, would have been on the rally, but he had to fight an election. Linda drove the Hillman he would have had.
Is this the one you did up for me?
Now, what time did you get in this morning?
Really late, okay.
Why was that, Melissa?
Because it was the last night of all the rally people and we were out, sort of like hanging out and stuff. So I got in really late, really hungover when I got into the car, but now I've sort of like the whole spirit of things lifted me up and I feel much better now.
Too Tall Don has waved to everyone on the planet.
No, in fact, we had to wave 3 million times. 3 million people.
Ciao, amore!
Of the 96 cars at the start in Peking, 82 are here. The delicate little Bugatti is one of the ones that most people thought would never make it. How did it do it? It's all linked to the design of the Bumblebee.
One day the best airplane engineers come together and discuss the thing of Bumblebee. They calculated the size of her body, her weight, the surface of her wings and the profile, and they came after days of calculation to the decision it's impossible. A bumblebee cannot fly. But Bumblebee don't know about that, and therefore she flies. And that's the same like our Bugatti. A lot of people took their heads together before and said it's impossible. You cannot go with a car like this over the roof of the world. over through the salt deserts from Iran, through the rivers of Nepal, such a long way to Paris. But we don't know about that. For us, it was the most natural thing to do it in that car, and here we are in Paris. And that's why the story can only be told here.
So Derek, tell us a bit more about how the fact that you two have done absolutely nothing apart from standing around with cameras while we've been pushing cars and dealing with snow and mud and things.
Well, that's the way to do the rally, isn't it? You wouldn't want to push a car around. I mean, I've just been riding in the back of Lord Montagu's Bentley, and it must have been horrible for you. It's the wind tears the saliva out of your mouth and the water out of your eyes. You're a brave man.
Thank you very much.
Now, I've got a question for you. Would you do it again?
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Probably not tomorrow, and I think my girlfriend and my mother would have something to say about that. Tuesday, yes.
There's the Rolls-Royce that used to carry the Queen in Australia.
One question, Your Majesty. Would you do it again?
Give me lots of champagne and I'll say yes.
David Bull has managed to catch up since his Rover broke down.
We drove then from 6:15 last night to 3:20 this morning and got in and clocked out again and got our silver medal.
Would you do it again?
Not on your life. No, no, no. It's cured me. I'd like to go on smaller ones, but that was really a marathon.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
Yeah?
I would. Not tomorrow, maybe in a few days. I would. I think this moment now of arriving here in Paris is the most beautiful moment of the whole event. Everything else, we will keep it in drawers to take out of the drawers whenever we feel like it, but this moment is unique.
Tibet, those latrines, the cold, the dysentery.
Golmud, Choksam, Nepal,
Altitude
Quetta.
sickness?
Yes, all of that.
All
But
again.
this is all again, without one hesitation.
Yeah, I'll do it all again, except for one thing. Next time I'll take my wife.
There's the man who made it all happen, Philip Young, the Hannibal of the Himalayas, already planning his next rally to Mars via the Moon and Venus. And there's someone being pushed to finish this rally, the Camaro that they managed to drive with no clutch. Tenacity gets you home.
Wow, we made it!
Oh, cheers.
Okay, have you won?
Yes, sir.
No doubt about it.
No, no doubt about it at all.
Along the way, 28 drivers were forced to quit, 2 were injured, and 2 are dead. Welcome back.